G. Michael, I appreciate the shout out. Thank you very much. I'm having a great time out here at the 6th Annual New Year's Nationals at Palm Beach International Raceway, presented by Gaspar Body and Paint. And the whole crew out here from RT Promotions doing a great job as we have record-setting crowds out here. So once again, guys, keep commenting on the Motor Mania Live feed. We love seeing all these stories out here. Uh-oh. Who was the guy who ran Pro Stock and had... Oh, yeah.
Jerry Ekman.
No, that was the oil tank, not the oil pan. Well, actually, it could have been the oil pan, but yeah, I remember. It exploded in the pit area.
Was that what you were referring to, Dustin Williams? Because I know that's what they found.
Tom Worthington. Gary Ormsby. Yeah, I remember when Gary Ormsby was an independent racer and had won, like, I think 1 or 2 races. No, I'm sorry. He won 1 race in 1984, runner up the World Finals, and blew up the engine in 85, and then got the Castrol sponsorship. And for those of you that remember the Don Garlett Swamp Rat 30 Streamline Dragster, who can name the gentleman that had the other, well, actually, I'm sorry, it was more than one person. Who can name the other Streamline Dragsters from 1986? The only reason I'm picking out that year is because that was the year that USA Network picked up 6 of the 13 NHRA national events.
Joe Amato had one.
Yes. How long did he race it? 86.
That was the only year he ran it because he sold it to
right. But how many? But no. What I'm asking you is how many races did he run it at?
I remember he had it. I don't know why.
You want me to help you out here?
I don't know why I remember him running it. He had it at Brainerd.
Yeah. He ran it at. You remember the name of the race?
North Star Nationals.
The North Star Nationals at Brainerd, Minnesota, home of 10,000 lakes. Correct. And he claims that as much as Garlett's was built differently than his was the one that had the lip around it, and it had a peak at the front of it to block the beam, and then he had air vents coming out the back of it. That was different than Garlett's design, and he claimed, as Steve Evans once said, that he put pressure sensors on it and drove 100 miles an hour in a pickup truck with it fitted on the front. So he did the poor man's wind tunnel testing, as he said. And yeah, Joe Amato was one. He had a canopy in the front end piece, and then Lori spoke up and she reminded me how old I feel when she said I was born in 1986. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. Okay, so Joe Amato was one. Anybody else want to take a shot at the next?
Garlett's.
Yep, Garlett's was the other one. Well, Garlett was one.
Gary Ormsby.
Right, and his dragster was based on what? Well, what was the design of the aerodynamics based on? It was very unique, but if you remember looking at it, it was very what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say contributable, but that's not the correct word.
For a Garlett's car?
No, for Gary Ormsby's car. Gary Ormsby's car was based on IndyCar technology. That's why it had the canopy, or not the canopy, but it had the canards on both sides, and it had the covered engine and everything else.
Branson Miller, good one. Eddie Hill.
Yeah, Eddie Hill had the...
It was the Texan.
Yeah, correct. But when he first started racing and did well at the... Anybody want to name bonus points for the first final round that Eddie Hill ever had?
Come on. Can I say it, please? Because
just give him at least a minute. Come on.
All right.
What?
That is me on the mic, Andy Warren. How you doing, buddy?
Who's jumping in? Oh, Andy Warren. Yeah, 10-time NMCA champion Andy Warren. He hates it when I remind him of that, but Andy Warren has won 9 NMCA championships in a 71 Caprice. Do you know? Okay, James Thompson, here you go. Bonus points for Andy Warren. You will look better in his eyes. What is the name of Andy Warren's 71 Caprice? Putting you on the spot.
Derek, I hate you right now.
You need a minute? You want me to put the Jeopardy theme music on my phone?
Andy, text me real quick.
No cheating. Come on. No, the name of the car is Mildred. And the reason why is when he picked the car up, it actually has a tag on the inside of the glove box, if I remember correctly. Andy, you want to clarify that for me? I think I remember that correctly, and if I got it wrong, I apologize. Andy Warren, yes, that is James Thompson on the mic here with me right now. Yep, there it is. Look, David Hearn coming through in the clutch. Mildred. And I will give him the delay on the Motor Mania feed. I know that he jumped in there, and David Hearn is just as much of a car nut as I am.
Facts.
Yeah. Rodney Fincham may be a modern-day V. Gaines. You know, Dustin, I can't argue that. That is a really good comparison. Mildred Renfro, there it is. Okay, if anybody is waiting on payouts, we will take you in the timing tower right now. Payouts are in the timing tower left-hand side. Payouts are in the tower left-hand side. And all of a sudden, we have a whole bunch of people up here. All right, dragster drivers, get loaded up, please. Dragster drivers, get loaded up, please. Dragsters, load up. We're about ready to go with you. I was at Moroso one night. A guy brought a brand new $200,000 car off the engine, caught fire, car burnt to the ground. You know, I have to wonder if that was the F40 Ferrari that I saw getting carried out on a flatbed trailer one, or not a flatbed trailer, a flatbed wrecker. Did he call Jake from State Farm? That's a good question. Well, I'm sitting here telling people to comment about their memories from Moroso Motorsports Park and PBIR in Miami, Hollywood, and this one guy says, guy brought a $200,000 car in here and it burnt to the ground. And I do remember that a Ferrari F40 was brought out here and part of a driving deal where Moroso used to have a deal where you could run on the road course back when these two were connected before they redid it back in 2008. And you could run for $200 for about 7 hours of track time. And there were multiple Ferraris that would always come out, and there was one that was on the back of a flatbed wrecker, and it didn't look good. Yeah.
Guy had an instructor with him. Pulled his brand new Mustang. No. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
Rolled it outside, shoved it in the ditch, called him.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of guys push their cars out in front of the racetrack and wipe off the shoe polish and wipe the rubber off. Ironically enough, Andy Warren is now asking me if the pretzel wagon is available for March. Andy, I will have to ask the Rawlings family and see. I would hope that we could find a way to get that car down there. I will actually be announcing out there, so hopefully we can find you a ride for March. We'll see what happens. First time I came out to Moroso, Pat Musey hit the wall and was life flighted out. Joanne Walter, I remember that race quite well. That was the NMCA. Let me get it right. Hang on. No. It was like 2002 in March, and yeah, I remember it was a whole lot of rain, and we tried to run everything on Sunday. Yeah, Musey got over back when it was grass on both sides of the racetrack. He got into the grass and popped a tire and went into the wall and like put a hole in the wall that was so big that we couldn't actually finish the race. They had to stop it. And there was a guy next to me that picked up a rocker, a shaft rocker that was still attached to the cylinder head. I mean, it was like a chunk. But yeah, Pat Musey obviously was fine, but yeah, they had to stop it. So speaking of stopping, we are going to stop the banter and go back to drag racing action. Andre Nunez and Dave Hoxie going to do battle right here. The Puerto Rican-based Nunez in the long, skinny car on the left side. I don't know anything about who built it or whose it is, but David Hoxie was nice enough to provide us with the information that this is a 2019 American chassis dragster based out of Jupiter, Florida. He's not too far away from here. 443 is his prediction, and that means Nunez will leave first by 27 hundredths of a second. Andy Warren just saying, Derek, James Rusty has some Mildred parts in it, by the way. You bought his old headers, I believe, didn't you?
Buckler's on the car right now.
Yeah, Andre Nunez in control here. Hoxie needs to do some work, and nope. Doesn't work. He gets there first by 2. Oh, baby. Almost makes it work. Almost. Andre Nunez, 008, goes 2 above with a 2. 30 pack. Dave Oxy, 30 on the tree. Take 2 to be 2 thou under. Needed to be dead on 0 and hope the 1,000th worked in his favor. But it didn't work. 2 thousandths under. 2,000s to work with. 2
of the fastest cars in the box dragster category coming up right now. Craig Michaud out of Danvers, Massachusetts. Left side dialed in at 407. Gonna be taking on Mike Pruce. Pruce out of Loxahatchee, Florida. Right side dialed in at 405.
That is Craig Michaud. Yeah, Michaud, as Phil Green was nice enough to clue me in on that, and I tried to say it as you would say it up in Canada. Jake has been my Canadian helper all weekend, and I butchered that one really bad. Jake Hodges up here watching the action after getting 2 entries through round number 1, and Easton, it's all on you, buddy. Just bring it on home as you did so yesterday. I have no doubt that you'll do it.
Craig Michaud.
Yeah, Michaud and Mike Pruss. Here we go. Red light for Michaud by 004, and Mike Pruss goes 410 on the 405 prediction and 056 on the tree. Not good. Check it out. 998 60 foot for Craig Michaud. That's exactly what I wanted to see. He was 1 flat to 60 foot earlier today.
If you can knock it down this racetrack.
All right, doing the burnout all the way to the 660 mark. Oh, of course, look who it is. This is the Gary Williams ride. It could possibly be Donovan in the seat, but yeah, doing the burnout all the way to the 8th mile marker.
With Donovan, whenever he stopped the 8th mile, Jared would be tripping out of it.
Donovan's sitting on the wall, so we know for a fact it's not Donovan.
Yeah, so G-Dub out of Bradenton, Florida, the 2014 Phantom chassis backed by FTI Performance, and he is looking to carry another ride into round number 2 as the Scott Rod pickup truck is normally his whip, and as well as this, and he's got Stephen Farrow out of Tennessee, the Chattanooga-based American chassis dragster, dialed in at 468.
Owner of
Brainerd Optimus Dragster. Yeah, okay, James and I say this.
008 reaction times. Nobody in control right now. Win light going to go to Williams. 8 dead 5. Getting there by 12,000ths of a second as Farrow was also 008. 469 with a 7 on the 468 dial in, leaving him 12 thou behind. Gary Williams in control, and we'll take the win light as well.
Did somebody say burnout competition? Wow, that was a burnout. Someone knows how to do a burnout. Yeah, Gary Williams doing all the burnout possible.
Chad Axford from Keevil, Kentucky, left side dialed in at 461. Going to be taking on Mark Kelly from Southampton, New Jersey, driving that 2020 Diamond Chassis Dragster, right side dialed in at 447.
So Axford in his newly acquired ride, left-hand side, looking to make it pay off right here. He is 5 thou behind. 006 for Mark Kelly, win light on his side, dead on 2, 8 total. Axford 3 thou short on reaction time. It doesn't matter that he got there first by 7 thou. He broke it out 100th.
It's for sale now.
Yep, it's officially, well, it was for, according to Jake, as soon as Axford acquires a ride, it is for sale. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. So left lane, Fred Ange coming up here out of the Quebec, Canada province. 485 is the dial-in, and Brett Sloat says, I like that 485 dial-in, and I'm going to duplicate it. Much closer here as the Parrish, Florida-based dragster will line up on the right-hand side with the Diamond chassis on the left. Once again, Motor Maniacs not failing to amuse us with their comments. We're about to go all 485 dial-in racing right here as the tree is on its way. Green lights on both sides, and left lane Fred in control here. I hear a ripping and a dead on 0 for Fred, and 10 pack when you combine him with his 10 reaction time. And Brett Sloat is 024 on the tree, dead on 4, 28 total, 18 numbers short. Not a bad lap, 28 total, but I'm sorry. That will not work when it's 10 total on the other side. And here comes 2 more. Go ahead, James.
Nick Ferraro out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, left side, dialed in at 476. Going to be taking on Mike Galati from Butler, Pennsylvania, right side, dialed in at 458. We are in Dragster round number 1 of
Lanes 5 and 6 load up, please. Lanes 5 and 6 load up, please.
We are in the middle of Box Dragster round number 1 here on GRE Saturday. Appreciate each and every one of you for joining in, listening on Bordermania on the YouTube channel there, on Twitter and Facebook and everywhere else this is broadcast right now. Both drivers in, tree fires. 39 thousandths of a second separating them up front. Ferraro in control right now as he will take the win light. 004 reaction time. 479 with a 3 on the 476 dial in. Mike Galati, 043 on the tree on 459 and no good. Georgie Bell next up, left side from Naples, Florida, dialed in at 442. And Jim Bob Davies from Warren, Ohio, taking it out to about 200 feet on the burnout. Right side, dialed in at 453. I guess he got the memo that Gary Williams was going to initiate the burnout contest, so Jim Bob Davies said, hey, I'll join in on that.
As Jake Hodge is getting ready to come back here on the mic, and I have been told that this will be our last pair. So James Thompson and I thank you so much to everybody that has tuned in and given us great commentary on Motormania TV, and the professional about to take the reins, and I'll let James Thompson call this last lap right here.
Tree fires. 1/1000th of a second separates him up front. Davies has a slight advantage on the right side. Gets there too much, breaks out. Ebell going to be the winner. 008, 443 with a 2 on the 442 dial in. Davies had the better 007 reaction time. Goes 451 with a 6 on the 453 dial in. No good. Ebell going to be the winner. I will now turn the mic over to the professionals, Easton Hodge and his dad. Take it away, guys.
If his head needed to get any bigger, you just did it.
Needs a new helmet.
I want to do it by myself here just for a minute. I gotta practice. He outdid me earlier, so I have to work myself back up here. Steve Mueller, left side, Largo, Florida, 484 the dial. And Tyler Helene, Niagara Falls, New York, the Miller car, right side, 450 on his scoreboard. Tyler Helene in a world of trouble. Steve Mueller, 008, lifts out of the gas to be 5 above at 123 miles an hour. And Helene had a reaction time that almost started with a 3, and he's 0.2 above. So there's that pair as we're back rolling through round number 1 of the GRE 10K Saturday. Big thank you to MotorManiaTV.com and Wright Trailers and GRE and Gaspar Body and Paint. I was getting there. Bailey Ferraro, they call him Fug with a G. Jason Pruss, right side, Loxahatchee, Florida, the brand new American ride, 457 on his scoreboard. Bailey called me as I pulled back in for my last run. He's like, dude, do you have a Red Bull? I was like, well, I'm with all the Canadians that drink Red Bull, so yeah. So he comes sprinting over and grabs a Red Bull.
See, Bailey Ferraro is still doing that little twinkle, twinkle, little bottom bulb.
6 thou separate him. Advantage, Jason Pruss. Bailey on the drop, turns on the win light. 10 take 4 to be 10 total for Bailey Ferraro. 10 dead on 0, 004 and 4 thou behind for Jason Pruss, and Bailey Ferraro goes into round number tomorrow. I believe this is Jeff Serra. Elliott, Maine-based entry out of Kyle Cotrera, and Jeff Serra is behind the wheel. 486 the dial. Out of Reynolds, Pennsylvania. I think. I saw Jeff drive it to the staging lanes. If I could see the helmet, I'd tell you for sure. It's backing up just like Jeff. I'm pretty sure it's Jeff. David Fisher, right side. Loxahatchee, Florida, no slouch. Dialed in 480 in his Miller chassis car. Yeah, thanks. I flinched. Luckily, he was broke or whatever happened. I'm not really sure because I looked back and I was going like 3 under. Didn't know it.
What's your name? Logan.
And we might have a little bit of a burn down battle going on here as neither one of them want to light the bulb, and David Fisher braking first.
Jeff Serra, 25, 29, thou above, turns on the wind light, get there, 20 thou. Fisher, 1 above, 0 to be 74 total, no good. Jason Briggs, left side, South Shore, Kentucky, the American ride, dialed 481, and Jason Costetter, Monton, Pennsylvania, the M&M chassis car, dialed 472, and that thing did about a 9,000 RPM burnout just now. Chris Walt, I wonder if that's the Chris Walters I know. Nice work, Motor Mania. Chris Walters, I know, a very, very tough bottom bobbler from my neck of the woods. There's a white car in his profile picture, but I can't see anything else. It might be. From Whiteland, Indiana. He had a Cavalier, I think, or a Beretta or something, runs 1020s in my home track, I guess, 6 miles from my house that I never go to. Wrexham. Briggs in a world of trouble. Costetter 004, ripped the gas 2 above over on the center line and turns on the wind light. 31, take 3 thou to be 4 thou under. Briggs is out of here in round number 1. Brings up Paul Skinger, left side. Middletown, New York, the Race Tech. Killeron's Terminator injected ride. 468 that island, Johnny Talasano. Johnny T out of Jupiter, Florida. The J&J Racing Engines. Miller car out 454. It is that Chris Walters. What's up, Chris Walters? Chris Walters' dad is the guy that I can never beat. I mean, there's a lot of guys. I get beat by all of them, but every time he rolls up, dialed 680 in the open face helmet and the mustache, I'm like, man, I am in trouble. And it's usually teen total or better.
Isn't that like the winning combination, open face helmet and mustache?
Yes, in 1985.
I've heard it still works today. You guys got to go to the right racetrack.
Skinger 31 and in trouble. Talasano 13, take 13, turns on the wind light. He is 26, 36 total. Skinger was in trouble from the word go. Johnny matches him in mile an hour. 2 above, turns on the wind light. Katie Sloat, left side, 531, the Isle of Parish, Florida. Taking on Corey Zaran from Boca Raton. Corey Zaran from Boca Raton. Yeah, I remember this now. Yeah,
you just keep saying it until it's right. Or
Yeah.
wait, it's right in your mind. I do agree that it does sound better when you say it like that, but it's still not right.
I'll tell you what, if he gets out of his car and tells me I'm wrong, then I'll change it.
Corey, come see us after this lap.
No, right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
It has to be right now?
That's why I get to sit in this seat and say what I want.
See, I can't say anything because you're gonna trump me and I'll just look really, really bad, and I don't need any help looking bad. Speaking of dads that used to kick my butt, James Thompson will remember Dave Gatlin, who raced Jacksonville Raceways before they went under, and his kid Jeff Gatlin, I think I've beaten him like once in 10 opportunities, and his dad has kicked my butt 5 or 6 times. And Jeff Gatlin, a great bottom bulb racer who is also mixing it up on the top every now and then in a couple different rides, and I know he went deep in eliminations at South Georgia Motorsports Park during the SFG race. So Corey getting in there. I think, Jake, since he pre-staged after a while, maybe he was considering your offer.
It crossed his mind. $10,000 advantage to Corey. Win like Corey. 10 and 2,000 under Katie. 20 and 3 under. Smoky Dial left side. Holden's dad down 476 out of Pembroke Pines, Florida in his Race Tech ride. Pretty sure this is actually Erica's ride. Erica, maybe? No, Brittany.
Yeah, Brittany. That was it. I was going to say Brittany, Smokey, and Holden. I mean, that is a trio that, I'm sorry, that wins here this weekend.
And Will Walton made his way all the way down here from somewhere Jacksonville, North Carolina. Well, because he's engaged and he's in love, so he does that. Eric Rawlings, right side, 445 the dial in the Shouty.
In a 1-year-old 2020 Race Tech Chassis Dragster. Yeah, I'm still trying to adapt to the 2021 because when you say last year, you keep forgetting it's 2 days ago now.
Jake, do you know how to get a one-armed man off of a telephone?
008 for Rawlings in control over dial, and Winlight is on a double breakout, going 3 under, and takes 14 to stripe. 008, dial 24 on the tree end, should have cut him loose. 32 thou under, and still doesn't get there first. Both of them showing that they wanted the finish line, and both of them had a little bit in the bank.
Yes, I agree. Holden Dial is the best possible name for a bracket racer. Dennis Kitterman, left side. Holmes Beach, Florida, dial in 456. In the blown car, and Tim Castetter, right side, Narvon, Pennsylvania, the American ride. Andrew Davis, I did see your comment, and I thought that was right, but maybe they moved. You never know. I work at Bass Pro Shop. So it's Boca Raton?
No, Boca Raton.
He lives there. Oh, there's an issue here. Rob Reynolds says Boca Raton. Rob Reynolds says Boca Raton, and you know what? This is his race, so Boca Raton, Florida.
Here's the part. I'm not getting paid. I don't care. I'll keep saying it.
Dennis Kitterman in a whole lot of trouble. He left second, was supposed to leave first, and Tim Castetter drives out the back door. 57, take 56 to be 16 thou under. Kitterman follows him through wide open to be 10 thou under more. Things that make you go,
No, things that make you shake your head. Joe LaPierre and W.R. Ketterman coming up here. Is LaPierre one of your guys that you can claim from?
Yeah, he flies under the Anjay banner.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good deal.
He broke the engine in that car at Bowling Green. Johnny Tolosano got it fixed in 4 days so he could make the New Year's Nationals.
Oh, that's right, yep.
And then at the SFG race at Bradenton, the engine in the Chevy 2 went bang. I can't hear you. W.R. Ketterman.
Okay, so now
Bad dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just stepped all over you. Go ahead.
That conversation's over. I'm telling you. Rob said it.
Okay.
Boca Raton. Robert Snow. Big shot, Bob. I can't delete your comment, but I would if I could. It's probably why they don't give me a band hammer. Joel Lapierre driving Left Foot Lambton's old ride. He purchased it a few weeks ago. David Davis brought it down to Bowling Green, Kentucky for him. 11 thou red for Joel. W.R. Ketterman, 6 total. 001, dead 5.
Yeah, so, okay, so the Boca Blank conversation is over. Jake Hodge said we're all done with that. We're going to have to find something else to let him, that he's going to be right about, and I'm just going to sit here and be quiet. No, wait, I can't quite do that. Robert Snowball, thanks for checking in there, but like I said, the conversation's over according to Jake, so we're all done. He's correct. He's the head announcer. I'm not going to argue because I'm glad to hold the microphone next to him. Michael Carpenter and Jim Bob Davies coming up here. Davies out of Ohio, 463 is his prediction, and the St. Petersburg-based Dragster for Michael Carpenter, 485 is the dial.
The job just got a whole lot better. St. Petersburg, Florida, left side. Warren, Ohio, right side. Jim Bob flying under the Abruzzi banner. Warren, Ohio, the home of Abruzzi transmissions and converters. Jim Bob in trouble. Carpenter doesn't mess these up too often. 008, dead 7, 15 total, 485, 137 miles an hour. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miles an hour down. Carpenter turns on the wind light. I know RTC lives in Florida somewhere. I just forget what town.
Yeah.
David Wright, left side. Not that David Wright, the other David Wright. Titusville, Florida, 438. The dial is 2019 Maddox chassis dragster. 310 slower than that, Randy Webb. Loxahatchee, Florida, the Miller car. Out 468. Rapid Transit, I would agree with that comment. And I only know a handful of them. Thou advantage right side, take 29. Thou turns on the wind light for Randy Weber. David Wright missed it. 1 above 6 and 30. Thou behind. Driver not on file, left side, 458 the dial. Dave Galati out of Florida, right side, 486. Is he out of Florida? No, Galati lives up north, doesn't he?
I have no idea.
I think he lives in Pennsylvania.
No idea.
486 the dial. C.J. Drake, Lord Helmet's old diamond car.
See, the interesting thing, Jake, is I'm just sitting here looking at the left-hand lane saying that, oh, wow, that green dialing board sure matches the scoreboard really nice. Yeah, I'm on that level.
Jorge Milano. When did Jorge get here?
I don't know. I've never heard that pronounced that way. You know that for sure?
Yep, the crazy Cuban's what they used to call him.
Oh, wait, he's from your favorite place, too, I see.
Boca Raton, yep. Boca Raton, Florida, left side.
Raton.
Boca Raton. David Hearn says, I've been to the town Jake lives in. You can't even get to Boca from there. You don't get lost in my town. You came in the same way you went out.
Yeah. Red light for Galati by 4. Thou and the crazy Cuban going 7 above his 458 prediction after an 022 tree, and he will go to the next round, which is tomorrow. Are we missing a driver? I only have one dragster backing up in the left-hand lane, and I don't see anybody on the right-hand side.
Adam Russell. Bad dude. Yeah, we upgraded. We do have a Mexican restaurant. We got a diner. It's only open until like 2 o'clock, but it's really good food, all made from scratch stuff.
Okay, hang on a minute. You're going to make the diner sound good or bad. 2 o'clock p.m. or 2 o'clock a.m.?
PM for sure.
p.m. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's an old-school diner. Okay. I got nothing wrong with that. We got places in Florida that are only open until 3 p.m., like delis for breakfast and stuff. So I'm not sure if Adam Russell has an opponent broke single here or he is a buy run, what the deal is, but he stages all by himself. 30 on the tree and looking for 454 on the window. And he goes 451, 29 foul breakout, but it doesn't matter if you don't have anybody next to you. I'm going to guess it was an opponent broke single, Jake, because here comes two more.
We have a good argument right here. Andrew Davis, which is a.k.a. my dad. I've never heard of a place called of a police baton. It's a police baton. He's got a good point. It's not a police baton. It's a police baton.
Wait a second. Doesn't baton have two T's?
No, that would be baton.
See, once again, I'm showing my. Never mind.
McKenna Brown from Boca Raton, Florida. Left side, 479 the dial, and Allison Holdaway. Inverness, Florida, right side, 515 the dial in. Yes, Brittany Sound is also small.
I have no brain cells left on the Boca deal.
That sounds like surrender.
No, I just don't feel like arguing.
Mama raised one.
What?
A quitter.
Wait, are you talking bad about my mom or your mom?
A quitter. Yeah.
A quitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I got on the brakes and quit to go dead on 5. Well, wait, I didn't quit. I didn't get behind. You quit and got behind, didn't you?
When?
Oh, I thought round 1 on one of your entries you got behind and no, you took on both?
No, my man was 11 red. We lit it up 7 under.
Oh, okay, yeah, you can't get behind on a red light.
No. All right, we've got pre-stage bulbs finally lit. As the sun's starting to come up right here at PBIR. McKenna Brown is on the two-step.
Jesse Boyce, thank you so much for mentioning us. We're having a great time up here at the tower at Palm Beach International Raceway, and oh boy.
4th out separate him. Advantage. Hold away, win light, Brown. 44, take 15 to be one above 3. Allison, late, above, no good.
Rapid Transit said, just call it Boca. No, I'm sorry. Jake's going to continue to just pound that into my head until I believe it.
Andrew Reeves, left side. Lake Worth, Florida, dialed in 466. And Lauren McMaster, De Leon Springs, Florida, right side, 492 the dial in.
Andrew Reeves in the new to him in 2019 American Chassis Dragster that he took 2 entries in semifinals here at the 5th annual New Year's Nationals. And Lauren McMaster in a 3-race old to her 2008 undercover dragster. She sold her old one to, do you know who it is? Sarah Allen, who is aging out of junior dragsters this weekend. Again, just...
Yeah, she's going to run Super Comp at Gainesville.
Yep, just completely off the cuff tidbits that mean absolutely nothing except here at the racetrack.
Oh, I see it. Boca Raton. Nope, that doesn't even sound right. It looks like Boca Raton.
That's
Boca Raton. All right, we got it. Boca
that sounds like something on a bad comedy skit.
Right. McMaster 22, foul red. Andrew Reeves 12, dead 3, 15 total. Andrew Reeves moves to round number 2.
Nice 15-pack total for Andrew Reeves, who got shut out of both entries early on Friday's action, so I'm sure he's looking for a little redemption here.
Do you say soda or pop? Where
Okay.
I'm from, like, hey, do you want a pop? Yeah. Okay, what kind?
Yeah, see, I've always been told that, like, I grew up in Florida
Or Coke,
all my
yes.
life, so I was told that I always asked for soda, but when I go up north to, like, Maine and New Jersey, they say pop up there.
Yeah. Well, potato or potato? Well, potato.
Somebody just said tater.
There's supposed to be an A in there. Barry Brown, left side, Blountville, Tennessee, 448 that out. Bruce Lieberman.
In his slow car, dialed 484, as this one does not have the Pro Charger hanging off the side.
It does have a bottle of ketchup on it, though. Because when you're late, you just got to catch up.
What did the tomatoes say to the baby tomato?
7 foul advantage, Bruce Lieberman. Win light, Bruce Lieberman. 3 foul under, 37 take 7. To be more under. Andrew Davis said, don't do the pronunciation guessing again, because that did not go over well last time when I pronounced Mike Manai's last name. Think of how Manai is spelled, right? So then try to put a hard G in there in the middle. Don't say it out loud on the microphone.
I know who you're talking about, too. No boxcar?
I didn't get a dragster at that time.
Okay, maybe there's
don't
another
say
one.
it
No,
on the
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. No.
It's definitely a creep.
I've been wrong plenty here.
Drew Smith, left side, Barberville, Kentucky, 465, his scoreboard, and Cameron Fredrickson, Palm Harbor, Florida, the Mullis car. Now at 447, took an entry late into the first 10K and lost a really good race to Michael Carpenter. As we're shaking heads over here, and the brake light working on the back of Drew Smith's ride. That's pretty cool. I like that.
That's a new one. I have not seen that before. Brake line on a dragster.
You don't get out much, Dave. We gotta get you out more. 5 thou advantage. Fredrickson, win light. Smith, 463, 148. Fredrickson matches him in mile an hour, but can't get it done by 2 thou. Drew Smith turns on his win light.
You're right, Jake. I'm boring. I keep driving the same car, and you're the guy that gets to experience everything that new cars are, breaking parts and figuring out bump downs and all that stuff. So you're right. I am boring.
I literally got the bump down done, as you called, all door cars. I haven't been in there for my first entry yet.
You're welcome.
Thanks. Lisa Nave, left side. Walton, Kentucky, dialed in 483. And Michael Valley, one of the Michael Valleys, down 462. Out of Port St. Lucie, Florida.
What is it? Wait a minute. What does it say? Oh, everybody is just talking about Boca. Never mind. Talk about the drag racing.
Well, as they said, when dragsters happen, we just talk about something else.
Yeah, Tom.
24 and 2 thou under on the racetrack. Lisa, a little bit later, a little bit more under, no good.
Yeah, I had never heard them call that. Lawn darts, rails, dragsters, but I swear I thought I was going to fall on the floor when, I mean, granted, it's what Fincham's, it's how he says it, but yes, extension ladder. That is a brand new one. Keith Russell and Scott Popple coming up here. Popple out of, wait, I said New York, but then you said Kentucky, I thought, for one of these,
that was Lisa Nave.
Lisa, okay. See, I wanted to make sure I wasn't wrong because apparently
Popple does have the very fast Firebird that goes like 5 flat, I think, 5-teen maybe.
Okay.
It's yellow in color.
Oh, yeah, the multicolored one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 008 for Russell in control left-hand side. Winlight is there, too. 466-0, breaking it out by a 100th and getting there first by 8 thou. And Popple was behind on the tree and followed him through to break it out by a little bit more, 5 thousandths to be exact, and had no chance unless he threw the anchor out.
You know what he needed to do?
No, he didn't need to press harder.
He needed to get more behind her.
Is that like gooder, but the other thing?
Yeah, more better.
Okay, but yeah, more better. Got it.
Travis Logan, left side. Port Charlotte, Florida. Wow.
Oh, wow.
Robert
We got
Acuna from...
Sorry, I'm jumping in here and I'm talking all over. Track needles. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
That sounds like we're doing heroin. We're not doing that. Robert Acuna out of Gig Harbor, Washington.
I think that's how I said it the last time.
Gig Harbor.
I have to wonder if he's just screwing with you. The only dragster with flaps on the exhaust out here at the New Year's Nationals. I'm glad to see somebody still keeping it alive. Travis Logan, a little closer than Washington, based out of Port Charlotte, Florida, dialed in at 468 also.
Lee Sebring says, this is making me drink. Oxygen makes Lee Sebring drink. Wow. Travis Logan is 088 and in full control. Turns on the wind light. 2/10 above. Acuna 105 and 3/10 above his dial in. No good. Yes, Lee is still alive.
How about Michael Beard's comment? Just think if instead of dragsters, they all had funny car bodies. That's actually not a bad idea, Mike. Can I say Mike, or is that disrespectful for somebody that goes by Michael?
I mean, I'd call him Michael. He's an elder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
He's
don't.
getting up there in age.
Yeah, Michael Beard, I have a lot of respect for. I don't want to make him upset. How about that one? SOD, same old dragster. I will agree, it is hard to make dragsters look different, but there's obvious advantages to them, so I understand why there's so many. Tim Louderback and Danny Wood coming up here. Ohio left-hand lane representing on a 502 dial-in. 477 for the Florida-based dragster for Danny Wood.
Might have to get the race director after you. Tim Louderback, Xenia, Ohio. Home of Kill Carrot Dragway. Shameless plug for the Working Man's 10 Grands. That's the track location there. Louderback is a bad dude. No slouch whatsoever in this older S&W dragster. He's in trouble here. Turns on the wind light. 28 on the drop. Turns on the wind light. Danny Wood, 15, take 25. To be 11 thou under more. Robert Gribble left side, Cynthiana, Kentucky, and Lori Shapiro, Hillsboro, New Jersey. 2008 American ride for Matt's mom, Matt, the desk jockey.
Oh, I love Michael. Thank you so much for your comment of my wife calls me Gilbert. While rarely used, Mike probably isn't going to offend me. So, okay, I appreciate the pass.
I feel like that's better than being called Dilbert, right? The old cartoon. The old, you don't remember Dilbert? All right.
See, I find it funny that you're saying old and you're referring to me, and then there's a whole lot of old movies that you've never seen, so I find it, kind of
I
ironic.
think there's like a comic book or something maybe.
No,
Dilbert.
you're thinking of Dilbert with a D.
Yeah, that's what I said. So I said better than being called Dilbert. Gilbert's
Oh,
better
I thought
than being
you said
called
being
Dilbert.
called Gilbert. I'm not paying attention.
You're going to make me start drinking. Robert Gribble in a world of trouble. Lori Shapiro, 13, take 18. Probably never going to let Matt drive it again. One above 2, 25 total. Matt Shapiro is the guy on Facebook that will absolutely correct any grammatical error you make in a Facebook post.
See, Jake, you forget that I've been writing for 15 years sub-professionally, so I proofread my stuff at least 3 times. It doesn't mean I don't make mistakes. It just means I don't make as many mistakes.
He said it's my middle name, so shrug. Okay. Dilbert comic strip. See, I knew I read it somewhere. My grandpa used to look at the comics when I was growing up.
Yeah, that's right. Dilbert had the dog that also looked like it had glasses on. So, yep.
I don't know.
I got it.
I was very young. I was like maybe 5.
Okay. All right, listen, wait. I've already had somebody tell me about 1986 year I was born, and Phil Green referenced, hey, wait a second, 1986 is when I graduated high school.
Oh, they said there's dragsters running. How about Scott Mackey left side, Fort Myers, Florida? Down in 470. I almost forgot. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Michael Beard, for once again directing our attention where it's necessary.
No wheel stands are going on, so I kind of got distracted. Brian Stubblefield, right side. I'm probably going to be told it's Bonita, Florida, but it's definitely Bonita. 474 the aisle right side for Stubblefield.
Congratulations. I am not going to argue with that. I've always heard it called Bonita, and actually I've also heard Bonita Springs. I didn't realize it was just Bonita.
Poo-Poo Pasquale tuning in. Poo-Poo, the only guy I know that wins first round and then goes into the reentry round and loses.
Somebody on all of the converter. Oh, baby, Scott Mackey in control by a lot. Wind light on over there, going 700ths above his 470 prediction, and takes 46.
I'm going to tell you that Brian Stubblefield just drove that thing 1,100 feet wide open, out of anger. I heard it. Ken, did you hear it?
Somebody pay attention for the sandbox trip.
No. He was out of it after that, but he was definitely aggravated. He let go with a reaction time starting with a 1.
Oh, yeah, or as... I don't know if I'm wrong when I say, well, never mind. I'm asking the guy who's going to tell me I'm wrong anyway. The ha-ha version of it was, we always joked about the fact that your reaction time started with a wah, like a 1, wah, meaning like, what was I doing and why did I let go so late? So
I do that quite often.
Well, so far today, you look pretty good.
Steve Dweck, Chris Kittle now. Kittle getting a big head start right side. 20 thous separate them in reaction time, and the better one is 0.39, dead 5, lays down 44 total. Chris Kittle, mathematically ineligible, leaving the starting line, had no chance. Are you bringing the drink concoction to the WFC this year, is what David Hurd wants to know.
Derek, are you bringing... Oh.
What drinking?
Oh, well, wait a second. I don't know if I should answer that because you've already threatened me with drinking if I keep talking. Oh, David Hearn. I introduced David Hearn to a root beer concoction that I mixed together, and
Did you roofie another man again? I talked to you about this last time. We had talked about this.
No,
there.
David Hearn is not my type.
Oh, yeah. He's not masculine enough for you.
Wow. Wow.
Jeff Keenan, they call him Becker, left side, 460 the aisle, Palmetto, Florida. The Hellcat engine stuffed down inside a Mullis chassis dragster, and Gary Unger. Loxahatchee for the right side. The Mullis car. Down 482 is...
Yeah.
Uh-oh, is he going to let out? Oh, man. 21, 1 above 2, lays down 33 total.
And
we're to the finish line first by 6.779 seconds. Gary Unger moves on to round number 2.
Gary the Animal Unger. Yep, he used to run small block dragsters that he was not afraid to fog with all the nitrates for Quick 16. Yep. Mike Pruss and Kim Palmatier coming up here as Kim Palmatier behind the wheel of the Scooby-Doo 2008 Miller chassis, dialed in at 494, and Mike Pruss, the undercover, dialed in at 507. And yeah, I did not roofie David Hearn.
All right.
Oh, wait, yeah, that was kind of a given. No, so anyway, yeah, I have a root beer concoction that, to quote Mike Mockney, damn, that bleep will get me in trouble. And I think what he meant is there's a whole lot of alcohol in it and you can't taste it.
David Hearn wants to know if it's illegal to look over your shoulder in Florida.
I don't know, David. I guess it depends on where you are and who's asking.
What did I tell you about significant?
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
What did I tell you about significant digits? Oh, I'm sorry. Mike Pruss, 14 thou red, Palmatier 023, and lights it up 25 thou under.
I'm glad to see that Kim Palmatier found the green side. She was 00 red, probably 3 shots, and she kept telling me she was throwing thousands in the box and never got there, and I think she just threw a whole bunch in. Claude DeBonis out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 2008 Worthy chassis, dialed in at 453. Amanda Foley will provide competition. The 07 Mullis chassis, 479. Jake is on a python hunt tonight.
That's actually a big negative, Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I was about to say, what exactly does he mean? Because I'm sure that's not as easy as I'm thinking.
Remember what Bill Murray gave me as a present?
Oh, yeah, okay.
We don't do that.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, my fault.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They just got real loud in here, so we just stopped talking. All you would hear was background noise.
Green lights on both sides. DeBonis in control left side. I hear the ripping going. 454 with a 7 on a 453. Takes 22 to be 17th thou above. Amanda Foley behind on the tree and closer to the dial, but it doesn't work when you're 26th thou on the deficit in reaction time.
Did you look up and see the party in the tower behind the starting line? Well, I don't know what you're talking about. It's not us. John Bierman left side and Dave Hoxie. 442 the dial right side. Going to give up 4/10 head start going to John Bierman. As we do not do the snake thing. I once called my buddy from back home. I was watching my parents' house and cleaning the pool filter out. I pulled the cover off where the strainer basket is, and all I saw was this little round nose with 2 eyes looking at me. I slammed the cover back down. Called my buddy, he's 10 minutes away, came over here to get the lizard out of the pool filter for me. Thought it was a snake, that was on me, it had legs. Hoxie, 26, 1 above 5, 41 total, had John Bierman out of the drag race from the starting line by 20 thou.
Oh, Barman, I appreciate the comments so much, thank you. We are, I think, having a little bit too much fun, possibly, for announcers. Jake having a good time at the helm. I'm glad to see him in a good mood after he did a good job in the race from Friday, and he's starting off Saturday race on a good turn.
Yeah, Bailey Ferraro corrected me. This is Madison McCormick driving his ride.
Okay.
His other half from Michigan flew down here. Bruce Call left side, Racine, Minnesota, the racecraft car, dialed 478, getting a 600 head start.
I can tell you if it's Bailey Ferraro just by how the stage bulb gets lit, because Bailey usually flickers it at least 3 to 6 times before it comes on.
He likes to party.
Yeah. He has the... Oh, I can't think of it. Never mind. Yep. Stage bulb lit up all at once.
20 thou advantage going right side, wind light. Right side 21 on the drop, 475, 134 the speed. Bruce Call 041, take 32 thou to be 17 thou under. Poo-Poo said that's why they only need buyback straight into the second round for idiots like him.
Wait.
He
Wait.
bought back and drove up in the. He won first round, drove up in the ranch round and lost.
Wait.
At I forget where
So
it was.
wait,
Maybe even where were we at? Bristol for the WFC 100K.
Okay, last year. All right. Yep, I remember. This is this was the big dollar one, and Jake and I had the pleasure of meeting each other at WFC, the regular one in July of 2018. I was the new guy after the first two guys didn't want the microphone.
Mike Matty Jr., Michael Marty that likes to party from Dawsonville, Georgia. He's actually from Sheffield Lake, Ohio, but that's what we call him. But Mike Matty doesn't care to stage first. 463 driving James Paul, Schuster's ride, Reeves left side out of Thanodasassa, Florida. 470 the dial for his ride over in the left-hand side of the racetrack. Mike Matty in control, 14-thou advantage. Wind light, Matty 13. On the drop, turns on the wind light. 27, take 28 to be 1 thou under for Paul Reeves. Michael Marty likes to party. Throw out the anchor, turns on the wind light. Shout out to my dog, Tyrell Smoochie Wallace. CJ Yeager out there tuning in, I'm sure, because his boys are going down the racetrack. He may be plowing and salting in Ohio, but I'm sure he's tuning in from somewhere. Dan Fletcher is not on the property. Dan is in the middle of a move from Churchville, New York to Churchville, North Carolina. Alex Gargiulo.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
Okay.
He's probably from Boca Raton.
Lanes 3 and 4 load up, please. Lanes 3 and 4 load up, please. Lanes 3 and 4 suit up, please. No, I know.
Amy Farrell right side. The other half of the owner-operator Brainerd Optimist drag strip in near the Chattanooga area. Technically Brainerd-ish, but
Suburbish.
003 red, one above 7, and husband Steven's right. I've run it up in that thing once.
Yeah, that's right. You told me you sat in it once and run it up once.
Yeah, Alex was 8 red and a 10th above. That thing is the story on that car is their buddy had passed away, and that was his car, and they ended up getting it. They bought it off of whoever it went to afterwards, and it's very sentimental to them.
Mike Mockney coming up here in the Sloat family ride that he took deep yesterday, or not yesterday. He took yesterday. God, I just said it again. Mike Mockney in the Sloat family ride that he took deep into eliminations on yesterday's Hangover Friday version. Dialed in at 486 will run not on file, and I'm sure that he will correct
me.
me.
Looks like Blaine Mayer left side out of Georgia. 471 the dial in. I only see because his fiance is along the wall, and I can see a little bit of white on the car with some color. Blaine getting to leave second. Well, and he's 44 and in control. Wind light Blaine. 44 take 3 thou as Mike Mockney. 1 above 0 and 3 thou behind. Brainerd Optimist is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Brainerd Motorsports Park, or Brainerd Drag Strip, there is one, in fact, in Minnesota. The zoo.
You guys stand.
Brainerd Optimist is in Georgia.
That one's broken.
It gave me a warning.
The chair?
Yeah, the chair gave me a warning. It said it was not rated for me.
It's in the suburbs of Chattanooga. It is in Georgia. You turn on the road the racetrack's on, and you're in Georgia.
Cool. Johnny Tolosano, half of the J&J Racing Engines operation, coming around for the second entry in the new to him. Well, actually, I take that back. That is a 2-race-old 2012 Miller chassis. Dialed in at 454 out of Jupiter, Florida, and he has James Cavanaugh on the other side, also in a 2012 Miller chassis. So all Miller, all the time, staging up right here.
You are exactly right, Michael Beard. Quentin Jones, a funny car racer, goes 470 in top bulb. In South Carolina, multiple track championships, multiple race wins as Tolosano 002 take 40 to be 3 above. Turns on his scoreboard.
Left-hand lane's reaction time started with the wrong digit.
Yeah, those digits don't matter.
Actually, I take that back. I have seen a 140 pack get a W on the top.
Well, Michael's talking about numbers that don't matter when the races are already pretty much over.
Oh, okay.
Poo-Poo wants to know how we did first round. Well, you were 9 total.
Yes.
I was 24 and 700 under in one entry. And I was 004 and a tenth above my other entry. We all won.
Yeah, so, Jake didn't flinch in the first one, but he got the bumps wired correctly so they could work, and then flinched correctly on the second one. So, right now announcers are 3-0 in this one. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
You're good. Rick Brantley, left side, Orange Park, Florida. And D-Knob, driver not on file. It is not David Owen. Right side, 13 up front. And in control, 13 and 4. Thou under. 13 takes 6. Let's turn on a wind light.
Gary Smith, that's an interesting comment. Pity there aren't any altereds. I think people kind of gave up on those, just like Monza's in Vegas for the most part, short wheelbases.
Yeah, for the most part, you don't see them a whole lot anymore, but there are some very competitive altered, I guess, setups out there.
Correct. Maverick Palmatier on his final weekend of junior dragster racing, and I've been told by his mom, Kim Palmatier, that she was not crying at the celebration that Jake Hodge eloquently did this morning at 7:30 in the a.m. Dialed in at all fours. Seems to be a popular dial-in for him in the Miller chassis that his mom won in a... Oh, I'm sorry, not his mom. Marty Nichols actually won this in a waffle not too long ago.
KB's old ride. Kevin Brandon put that car together as a Maddox chassis race car. And Corey Zaran from Boca Raton. Right side.
Here we go again, yep.
484 the dial in the undercover ride.
I think Jake is smiling more to tell me a different driver's name than I've ever seen him smile before.
Chet Dragon is very competitive in his altered. There's a guy from Indianapolis named Ty Davis that has won a lot of big races in his altered. Palmatier's in a world of trouble. And follows him through wide open. Maverick 77, wide open. Behind him, 14 thou, no good. 40, take 14. To be 2 thou under for Corey Zaran from Boca Raton.
Flying Brian Jones coming up next in the left-hand side out of Orange Park, Florida. The trailer man. 447 on the dial-in with the Roots small blower. Hopefully I got that right.
Roots what?
Okay. Flying Brian Jones in the left-hand side has the small blower on top, and I said screw blower on the big one, but I'm sure this is a Roots blower still.
You won't see a screw blower in bracket racing. Unless it's a top sportsman, top dragster setup, and then it's still it's very rare.
Okay, well, hang on. You kind of contradicted yourself there. You said top sportsman or top dragster racing, and isn't that just really fast bracket racing?
Yeah, it's pro mods with dial-ins.
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
But as long as you have a basement that you can't run too fast on, which is 610. Anyway. We could sit here and go down a rabbit hole.
It would just be rare to see a screw blower out here.
Yeah.
Very rare.
Yeah.
And you would hear it.
Oh, yeah. Andy Rucker in the Spitzer chassis dragster, right-hand side. And, oh, boy, this one is going to get nasty. 001, 000 on the other side. And Brian Jones, 15 thou above his dial-in. Clocks a perfect reaction time, so 15 is his total. And Andy Rucker gets there first by 27 thousandths of a second to break it out by 13. He actually had room and needed to take 14th thou or less.
Ron Cass winning the AA fuel altered class at March Meet 2020 was a cool thing. The car he drove actually blew up the year I went out with Mark and Joanne Walter to do March Meet. I worked the starting line camera for them. That was an awesome experience. You get to sit on the starting line with Nostalgia Nitro fuel cars. They are incredible pieces of machinery. They are all period correct. They are all up to date on safety requirements, of course, but that was an awesome experience I got to go through with them.
You know, Jake, since we're sitting here talking about drag racing, real quick, just so we can keep everybody happy, Brian Blittersdorf in the For Sale Shorty Dragster out of Pennsylvania, dial 481. He's back on the second entry. And Mike Galati, I know he has 2 entries as well. I'm not sure if this is number 2 out of Pennsylvania. Also, Diamond Chassis right-hand side, dialed 458.
The Hellcat motors are technically screw blown. Get out of here with your technicalities. Galati in control. Galati takes 55. 25 and 3 thou under. 43, 3 above for Blittensdorf. 484, 141. That wasn't even a drop. On the rug.
No, that was hammer down.
Yep, Don Morris did make it to the final in Nostalgia Eliminator 3. I do remember that. In his yellow or orange, I believe, front-engine dragster. Cody Wiggins left side. Kevel, Kentucky. This thing is leaving at like 10 total degrees of timing. And about the tree, you can hear it ramp back into like 18 to 22, and this thing is flying out the back door. Jim Bob Davies right side. Warren, Ohio native. 463 in his undercover ride as you hear the familiar lope of the blower of Cody Wiggins.
I know all about the taking time out on the starting line just to make sure everything is hooked up and good. Oh, Jim Bob Davies didn't move, and thankfully, Cody Wiggins turned around and looked. 028 on the tree and gets out of the gas in time. Jim Bob Davies went about 2 feet before he stopped and is now rolling slowly down the racetrack, and something must have happened there. I got to wonder, maybe, Jake, you can help me out on this. Do you think maybe he punched the trans brake button by accident again and that locked it up?
I honestly didn't see it, but 1.171 in reaction time is probably a pretty good indicator that he didn't leave on time. That's about all I got.
Okay, thanks, Captain Obvious. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean, if he was, somewhat competitive in reaction time and then it stopped, maybe. But I think he had a little further issues than just leaving the starting line late.
The interesting thing is you and I have both seen laps where we sit here and go, that normally is not a competitive package or reaction time, and then someone goes out there and says, hold my beer.
You ain't from PA if you don't have a Carpenter chassis. You are right. Josh Harper, left side, Kingsland, Georgia. They call him Boo. 447 that made it deep in the first 10 grander. And Chris Ferguson, Fergie, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 2007 Mullis car.
Doing all the burnout, all of it.
Dial 450. Yeah, Bakersfield is one of those things that, we're winding down here in Top ET, but Bakersfield is one of those places you walk on the property and you feel like it's like we talk about Indy being hollow grounds. So much history. Bakersfield is it, man. You walk on that place and look around, and that place gives you chills.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. The first time I went to Indy to work an NMCA event, 2011, get out there, it's empty, like nothing. And still, I walk out there and just think all the history that goes on. And like you said, Bakersfield is pretty much the same way. And yeah, I'm very thankful to be able to go around to some of these tracks that are nowhere near driving distance of my house. Green lights on both sides. Ferguson in control. And Fergie, as Jake from State Farm put it, is win this race. 452 with a 6 on a 450. 015 on the tree and gets there. Second, catch and release on Harper.
Left lane, Fred Ange, Laval, Quebec, Canada. The 2020 Dan Davies built diamond car, down 485, and John Connick driving Snap's old ride. Mike Nahill from the great state of New Jersey. There's a good Snap story for you.
I actually thought he built this car.
We were working, that's an S&W car, no?
Right, but John Connick is originally from Pennsylvania. He did move down here. You notice the number?
Yep.
Even though he's from Ocala, Florida, a Division I number.
Still Mike Nahill's old ride.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. See, he used to drive a back half 67 Camaro, and he knew a bunch of guys from S&W, and I actually bumped into him at the S&W booth at PRI a few times. So I just figured he had put this ride together knowing he knew them. Lanes 5 and 6 load up, please. 5 and 6 load up, please.
Left lane, Fred, 34. Take 3 thou to be 4 thou under. Connick, 50. And 17 thou under. That just goes to show it's Snap's old ride. He let go 50. I'll tell you a good Snap story later.
Okay.
So Fred was 1 pair away from having to race Joel Lapierre, which flies under their banner. But
Is that a split the buyback and we need to park better next time? Okay.
GJ Cruz left side. The race tech, 455 the dial. Joel dialed 477.
Been 20 years since I've been to Bakersfield. No excuse for that. Derek, I was in the final of that race. Oh, yeah. David Hearn chiming in. Yeah, I remember Indy. But David Hearn, that wasn't the monumental Indy story. I'll tell Jake Hodge that.
459 left side.
I'll tell Jake Hodge that story. I believe it was Indy 2012 or 2013 that was quite epic, that changed their curfew. David Hearn, check in with me on that and make sure I get the year correct before I embarrass myself again.
Yeah, I got to stand on the starting line whenever they were running the Rain for Rent car at Bakersfield, and that was like they just finished redoing the entire car, and that was awesome. Joel in full control. GJ's holding the bunch. Winlight Joel. No, Winlight GJ.
Yeah.
46, one above one, 57 total. Joel is 12. Take 70 to be 24 thou under.
Needed to take a little bit less. Yeah.
No, be nice.
Eric Rawlings out of Denver, North Carolina. The 2020 Race Tech Shorty Dragster dialed in at 443. Jake, that was... Jake is... No, never mind. Yeah. I believe this is... Well, wait. It might be. Yeah, it looks like Gary Williams. Based on the 299, the T is missing, but the dial-in seems a little fast.
That could be Donovan. I think it might be Donovan. Who knows? We really have no idea. If I could see the hand next to the visor, it's Gary.
Oh, there it is. Thank you very much, David Hearn, for clarifying. I was right on my first guess. 2012 Indy. We'll get to that story later. And, oh, boy, 006 on one side, 007 on the other side, and a breakout getting there first by 7 thou for Rawlings, and needed to get there by 4 thou or less. Donovan Williams, 471.5, 471, 006, 11 total. Eric Rawlings had 4 thou to work with and took 7. Bryce Widener out of Lake Worth, Florida, and I know I said that right because his dad used to race here. 480 is the dial-in on the Miller chassis on the left-hand side, and Tim Kostetter. 2008 American chassis out of Pennsylvania, dialed in at 448. So, Jake, you talk about epic stuff. I will just try to condense this as best I can, which is really bad for me. But, okay, 2012 at Indy. Sunday is supposed to be really bad. Rain, 50 to 70 mile an hour winds. So we make the decision to plow through eliminations on Saturday. The last final was run at 5:30 in the morning on Monday.
Sounds like New Year's Nationals 2018.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got it. You got it.
I'm sorry. Cassiter lights it up 5 thou red and then goes dead on with a 0 to pour salt in the wound. Widener, 16 tree, breaking it out by 19. Somebody give Tim Cassiter a hug. 5 thou away from a perfect package.
Absolutely. Rain for Wind is one of the most bone-chilling cars to even be around. So much history revolving that race car alone. And the top fuel days of what were, not what are now, but what were. Bailey Ferraro, they call him Fug, F-U-G. Hazelhurst, Georgia, 475. That Island Bug McCarty's American ride. You will see that the hood scoop is carbon fiber. The body's painted. Bailey ran over the hood scoop at Memphis. And Howison Holdaway, Inverness, Florida, the 2011 chassis car, dialed 516.
Bailey Ferraro, and as I've said a few times, probably should start putting a hyphen after that for the McCarty Auto Parts deal, and flickering the bulb as we see him do. He's in.
Here comes the drop from Ferraro. Holdaway 002 and 3 thou under. Bailey 20 and follows her through 4 thou to be under 17 thou. 2 and 3 thou under. That is a tough lap to get in, and I thought he was going to bail. He just didn't.
Yeah, 002 on the tree and 3 thou under. Well, I would say it looks like it's perfect, but it's not. Marie Mueller out of Pinellas Park, Florida, 2016 Miller chassis lines up on Summit side, dialed 447. And George Ebel, Naples, Florida, 2006 Worthy chassis, dialed in at 442 on the opposite side. There's 0.05 of a second difference on those two. Yep, David Hearn. I ran the Indy final at 5:34 a.m. and it was raining as it came up the return road. Better reaction time for Ebel, but he breaks it out by 5 thou, taking 22 thou of stripe. Marie Mueller sliding in for the win and 11 thou above her 447 prediction. 016 on the tree, 27 total, and gets a break.
Kyle Philhauer from Pompano Beach, Florida. Pompano, I know. I just do it just to make you mad. Mark Kelly, right side, Southampton, New Jersey. 2020 Diamond Chassis car.
Yeah, David Hearn, that was quite an epic race. And then, of course, the next day when we went back to get all the stuff, the trash barrels were literally blowing all over the pit. And you know Indy has a big pit area.
The problem with Indy is the tailwind or the crosswind you get when you get past the scoreboards. In a dragster, that's crashed so many race cars, and it's just dangerous. But Kelly, 3 thou red, Philhauer, 048, and 21 thou under, turns on his scoreboard.
I've just learned that Bruce Lieberman's ProCharger centrifugal car has a 3-step.
Fun fact, it is very, very difficult to do a burnout in a centrifugally supercharged car. Because once you let out of the gas, and okay, in a big engine centrifugally supercharged car.
Define big.
Going 430.
Huh?
Going 430.
I'll bet my engine would probably be close to that.
The issue is once you let out of the gas, get back in, all the boost is already blown out of the pop-off valve. So doing a burnout is difficult. So if you get up an RPM and you want to back it down some, you might as well just put it in neutral.
Oh, you're right. You've got to modulate it. Not only that, but the carburetor is going to have a whole lot of fuel pressure going to it, so you can flood it very easily if you just decide to let go of the gas.
14 thou advantage, Lieberman, win light, Lieberman. 19 and a thou under, take 8 thou. Haley Hawkins, 33 and 7 thou under. 472, 139, that's down quite a bit a mile an hour, just not enough. Brings up Lil Nicky, Nick Ferraro left side, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. 475 on his scoreboard, and Mike Valley, Port St. Lucie in the Race Tech car right side. So Tyler's got his Monte Carlo here, and Brody has the, what's he driving? The Torino. Yeah, it's here.
Yeah.
Tyler's driving both of them somehow, and Brody's driving one of them somehow. I'm not really sure how it's working, but they're both here. They made it.
.34 degrees and clear in Hampton, New Jersey. Actually, as humid as it has gotten in Florida here the last couple of days, I would take some cold. Maybe not that cold, but I would take some cold.
Careful what you wish for.
Remember, I do live in Gainesville. Actually, I believe on Sunday it's supposed to be 34 for a low.
17 thou advantage to Valley. Win light, Mike Valley. 35, take 26. Ferraro lays down a stout.
And I just made Lori upset. Oh, wow, I just walked up. Lori is all upset because I told her it's going to be 34 for a low tomorrow. I'm so sorry, Jake. I did not mean to do that to you. Please forgive me and get the next pair, and I promise I won't.
Wayne Hawkins, left side, Rockledge, Florida, 460 dial, driving Cameron's car, and Randy Weber, right side, Loxahatchee, Florida. The 2012 Miller Ride, dial 468. Big problems for Wayne Hawkins. Weber, 17, shuts it down early. 6 above is Hawkins, 1 above 0 to be 1.126 total. There you go, Michael Beard. That one was for you.
Yeah. That's a relatively short burnout for Skinny Kenny Underwood in the left-hand side. Normally he carries that out a little further than that.
How many of these lawn darts have a powertrain other than BBC and Powerglide? Well, not many. There's a few Ford-powered cars, a couple Mopar-powered cars, but we got the Hellcat.
Right, Bradley Snowball and his father Robert Snowball both run. Yep, 450 dial-in dragsters. Mitch Poppy, the old track manager here at Palm Beach International Raceway, dialing in 533 on the right-hand side, and the Horton chassis dragster. I have not seen a Horton chassis in quite a while.
That's Bradley's slow car, 450. We got a blower car that'll go like 14s with the wheels up.
Oh, that's
Vegas.
right. Well, wait, isn't that Dad's car the one that's red?
I don't know what color it is, but it's fast. Kenny Underwood in trouble. Poppy 002.
No.
Take 52 to be 200ths under the dial in. 23, one above one for Skinny Kenny. And he moves on. And this is where I leave you for a few minutes. I'm going to go make sure his junior's ready, put some air in the tires, and I'll be back here in just a few minutes. We're talking about Bradley Snowball. We'll watch him real quick.
All right.
Yeah, I didn't think it was. 487 doesn't look like Bradley Snowball.
No.
Kyle Anderson? There you go. Kyle Anderson and whoever else is over here.
I was about to say, I like the announcing style. Whoever else is over here. You okay? Oh, there it is, just as soon as you stood up. Scott Popple. Yeah. So Scott Popple here in the right-hand side, dialed in at 488. 487 is the prediction left-hand side, as we have confirmed that is not Bradley Snowball. Kyle Anderson, which makes sense, is I see Kenry Anderson standing out there on the wall. All staged up and ready to go, and off they run in 009 for Kyle Anderson. Win light on, dead on 2, 11 total. Scott Popple's 024 on the tree, and dead on 2 as well, and 15 little numbers behind. Once again, a big thank you to Jake Hodge for coming up here and announcing with me. This is a lot of fun for me, guys. Everybody on Motor Mania, thank you so much for chiming in while we're hearing this. And Jake Hodge is going to go get his son Easton to try and go 4-0 on the announcer booth up here. Jake is 2-0, and I somehow became 1-0. And Easton, good luck to you, buddy. I hope that you can bring it through as well. Dave Galati, entry number 2 out of the Diamond chassis out of Pennsylvania, dialed in at 486. Jason Briggs, 479 on the Kentucky-based American chassis, left-hand side. Announcer too low. Okay. I might need to replace the batteries in this thing one more time. We'll just have to kind of keep rolling with it until you guys tell me that it's not good. Tom Worthington, none of us can see cars. These are dragsters. Galati in control here by 14 thousandths on the right-hand side. Winlight, Briggs. Galati, 013, take 33 to break out by 2 little thousandths, and Briggs going 17th out above his 479 prediction, 027 on the tree, and gets the win as Galati crossed by 33 and needed to take 31 or less. Lee Sebring, thank you so much. Mopar, thank you so much. All right, guys, thank you so much for checking in and letting me know that we're good. All right, Rob B coming up out of Pennsylvania, left-hand side. This is the cameraman for Chris Simmons this weekend, and a big shout-out to Chris Simmons Photography. He is on the property in case you want a really cool shot of your car or dragster or motorcycle or junior dragster, truck. Hopefully I covered all the bases. I think we do have some roadsters, too. I'm sorry, I'll throw those in there. Gary Smith is letting me know exactly what's going on. I actually do have a whole bunch of batteries here in front of me, guys, and thank you so much for telling me how we're doing. Red light is on for Jason Castetter, and 007 for Robin 29, foul below the dial-in. Turns on the wind light as Castetter was red and then breaks it out by 14 thousandths. Working our way through all dragsters in round number 1. Yeah, we have all of them. All of them. We didn't leave any of them out. Guys, I appreciate all the great commentary on Motormania TV. If you are on the property and you want to check out all the great camera angles that they're broadcasting the New Year's Nationals live and online right now, go to MotormaniaTV.com and make sure you click the like button. We appreciate Mark and Joanne Walters and all the hard work they're doing out here and their crew. Thank you so much. Mike Staszewski, Vero Beach, Florida-based dragster, dial 477 left side. Joe Kerner, Merritt Island, Florida. That's a couple hours up the coast. 484 dial in on the right side. Couple Florida-based dragsters going at it here. And oh boy, 009 for Kerner. He let go 9 thou behind and gets the win light anyway. 484 with a 3 on a 484. 009, 12 total. And I have to wonder if Staszewski let him go. Mike is going to be sick. 479 with a 0 on a 477 on the drop, and 000 on the left side with no electricity. None. Man, I hate seeing 000 reaction times with no win light because I feel the pain for that person. Tom Worthington, thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you have a good rest of your evening. Gary Smith, I will not disagree with you on that. I am totally amazed by all the different states that are represented out here, but honestly, when you put a racer and a crew in charge of it, I am not shocked that we have all these people down here. Thank you to Rob Reynolds, his beautiful wife, Christy Reynolds, and all the people out here at RT Promotions. They drug them all in here, 610 of them for yesterday's action. Red light for Lauren Dodd. Oh, baby. 001 wrong side. 40 for Kitterman, 3 above, 71 total. Turn on the win light. Lauren Dodd is not going to like this time slip. 527 with a 2 on a 527 and 1 thou red. I think Lauren Dodd should get an automatic buyback just for that. But you know what I say, it has nothing to do with me. Aaron needs to buy what for her birthday? Oh, he does? Okay, Aaron, I have been told that you really need to buy a buyback for Lauren Dodd, especially, as I just said, without even knowing that there was some relationship, that a 001 red and dead 2 to a 71 pack. Yeah. Just listen to your mom. Just listen. Take my advice. I'm older than you. I've been around more than you. Yep. Smokey Dowell out of Pembroke Pines, Florida, dialing in at 474 right-hand side. And Andrew Reeves, the one who is not directing traffic here at the New Year's Nationals. That's his brother, Ben. And a big shout-out to Brenda Reeves for raising 2 good boys here. One of them about to go to round number 2 based on the reaction time. In full control for Andrew Reeves. Yep, win light is on. 467 with a 6 on a 466, 007 on the tree. That's 23 thou total, taking 43 thou a stripe. 475 on a 474 for Smokey Dial, and he missed the reaction time. Ethan Doty, I'm not going to get into the Boca deal. I know I'm right based on how many times I've heard it. I'm from Florida, but I will concede. I do not want anybody upset. Danny Hutchins, 610, 24-hour first round. No, actually, okay, first of all, Gary Smith, no, we do not have 610 dragsters. No, we don't. Okay, we had 610 entries total, 310 in box, 195 in no box, and 105 juniors. That was Friday's count. We have not made it all the way through round number 1 here for Saturday's action, so I can't have a count for Saturday. So once again, I had 610 cars for Friday's race, and it did not take 24 hours. It took about 6.5 hours. And for 3 different classes with a little bit of downtime, it was actually pretty smooth. Barry Brown and Keith Russell lining up here and matching 019 reaction times. One of the drivers has got to get it done. Double breakout. Barry Brown gets behind by 18 thou and makes the right choice. Breaks out by 4 thousandths. Keith Russell breaking it out by 5 thousandths, and both of them Looking like a drop to me. Barry Brown just dropped it like it's hot. A little bit better. Jim, that's a good question. How many average number of races per round? I don't know. I've never really looked at that average or tried to figure it out. Yeah, Poo-Poo, I agree. 195 in no box. I was back there, and I was in lane number 6, and they still had more coming. They packed them in. It was awesome. I mean, probably the second biggest no-box crowd that I've ever seen other than a World Footbrake Challenge. Really cool. John Z, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We hope you have a good night, and hopefully see you back here tomorrow. Mopar Man, I agree. East Coast races are a lot of fun. Somebody finally talked some sense into me and drug me up to Bristol, Tennessee a couple years ago for the World Footbrake Challenge, and even though I did not turn on a lot of wind lights, it was a great time. I actually got to announce for a couple hours, and that's how I met Jake Hodge. Michael Carpenter in full control, left-hand side over Con and Calder, and wind light is on for Carpenter. 486 with a 7 on a 485, 017 tree. That is 34 total. 28 thou margin of victory, and Colin breaks it out and does not get there first thanks to an 066 tree. Adam Russell and McKenna Brown coming up here in the Boca Blanc, Florida-based ride, 481 right-hand side. Adam Russell, oh no, getting pushed back. Oh, we might be okay. Let's see. Might have had a little bit of fuel. Not sure what's going on yet. I'm going to stand here and just check it out. Don Morris, no, we will not start with buybacks tomorrow. The buybacks will go directly into round number 2. We will not run a re-entry round. So the deal is tomorrow we will resume racing round number 2. There is no re-entry round. We start with round number 2 at 9 o'clock. Gates open at 8 o'clock. We open at 8. We go racing at 9, starting with no box. So a little bit of mop-up work there. And Adam Russell looks like he's going to roll up and get busy here with McKenna Brown. And by get busy, I mean let's send a pair of dragsters down the racetrack.
Sorry.
Sorry, Eastern Standard Time. We're on the East Coast, so that would make sense. Adam Russell got the reaction time advantage here. I hear some whopping of the throttle, and let's McKenna Brown get around. 481 with an 8 on a 481, 025 on the tree. That's 33 total, taking 21 a stripe. And Adam Russell had the better reaction time, 018, but only goes 3 above his 453 prediction. That will not work. Poo-Poo, I am very good at finding the buyback window or the re-entry window. I may not necessarily win all of them that I buy back into, but I keep trying. Boots, I do not know as of yet. Once again, we still have to make it through round number 1 before we can officially announce what the car count is. Otherwise, I'd be taking a guess. No information on driver in the right-hand side, dial 470. Keith Russell coming up on a 466 left-hand side and turns the cherry on. 21 red, right-hand side, gets a time run, and oh, baby. I got to wonder, yeah, both of them getting out of the gas early and saving the parts and pieces. 483 on a 470 after an 028 tree, and Keith Russell just coasts on through at 91 miles an hour. No, there is not going to be another race tomorrow. We are a 2-race deal, originally scheduled Friday and Saturday, and we carried Friday into overtime. We couldn't even complete round number 2 before the dew set in. We had 100% humidity, and we did not want to risk anybody's cars or lives or what have you, so we pulled the plug early yesterday. Craig Michaud out of Massachusetts the dragster on the left side, dial in at 481 in the Gordner and Partners lane, and that is the Delaware Destroyer, Danny Bastinelli, back up here. And give a little shout out to Danny Bastinelli. He is, oh man, I'll tell you what, quite a hoot. If you do have Facebook, I highly, highly suggest you add Danny Bastinelli and check out his action. Bastinelli got some work to do here. No win light on for Bastinelli, even though he gets there first by 7th thou. He was behind on the tree. The Delaware Destroyer will park it for the evening. 482 on a 481. Win light on for Michaud. Yes, we still have juniors to go. That is correct. So once again, we will not have a complete count until we get everything done for round number 1. Otherwise, again, we would be guessing. Jeff Keane back around on his second entry in the Mullis chassis Hellcat powered dragster, dialed 460. Crazy. All right, so it looks like we already have most of them, but I'm going to make it officially official. Junior Dragsters, we need you to the lanes. Junior Dragsters need you to the lanes, and Jeff Keane in control here. Yep, 12 on the tree, dead on 6, 18 total, and the Crazy Cuban locking out with an 019 tree, even though he gets there first. Takes 31 a stripe to break it out, 32 thou, and yeah, that math don't work. Okay, somebody needs to tell somebody how to park better. This is not what you want to see. Okay, so Nathan Nave out of Kentucky and Lisa Nave out of Kentucky. Somebody needs to tell them how to park better. I hope they split the buyback, or maybe there's just bragging rights on this one. Oh, I see Nathan purging the nitrous. Oh, he came to party. Nathan likes to party. Gary Smith, the mods on the Hellcat motor, I'm not sure about that, but I do know that there was a very big article written on it when he first put it in there. I think it went like 530s or 560s, I forget. So all Nave, all the time, all Kentucky as we go racing right here for bragging rights. And Nathan, right-hand side, carrying a 5 thou better reaction time, and the win light is on for him, dead on 6. To put it 24 total, and he got behind and let Lisa say ladies first to get to the finish line. She takes 23 thou and needed to take 1 thou or less. No good. Nathan gets the bragging rights, although I don't really know if I'd really want to beat up on a girl, and especially if I'm going back to her pit area, there might be something thrown. Yeah, the girls up here are saying suffocating. Yeah, they're gonna get creative. I don't know what the relation was, but yeah, dude, it's round 1. Get behind. Patrick McMath and Claude DeBonis coming up here. Claude DeBonis out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I was going to say Florida, and then I just went ahead and got descriptive. 2008 Worthy chassis dialed in at 453, and the 461 dial for McMath left side, Chesapeake, Virginia. Once again, Junior Dragsters, we have called you for round number 1. Junior Dragsters, round number 1. Pay attention, please. Lanes 1 and 2 for age groups 6 through 9, lanes 3 and 4 for age groups 10 to 12, and lanes 5, 6, 7, and 8 for 13 through 17. Wow, I just butchered that. McMath in control here, but he breaks it out by 19 thou, and DeBonis may have cut him loose based on the mile an hour. I bet he did. 454 on a 453. Got a little bit of a clear air there, Fast. But, yeah, catch and release. Once again, Junior Dragsters, we have called you to the staging lanes. Junior Dragsters, we have called you to the staging lanes, please. Oh, well. Oh, well. Alex Gargiulo coming up right-hand side. And once again, a big shout-out to Robert Snowball for giving me the correct pronunciation on that because I've already butchered enough people's names this year. So thank you so much. Robert Gribble out of Kentucky, the dragster in the right-hand. Oh, no. Sorry. Let me reset that. Dragster on the left-hand side, dialed in at 489. That's Kentucky-based. Gargiulo based out of Florida, right-hand side. Dialed 478. I'll get it right. Don't worry. I'll get it right. Green lights on. Gargiulo carrying the reaction time advantage. I hear the pedal whacking going on down there. 479 with a 9. With a 7, pardon me. 478. That is a 30 pack. Wind light is on. Here comes Trey Bunner, the winner of Friday night's race on the Junior Bunner base ride out of the Bushnell, Florida area. 91 Camaro that is dialed 581. Dad already made it through on his lap, so Trey has the competition single round number 1. 006 on the reaction time. Let's see how he does on the dial-in. Breaking it out by 2 little thousandths. That is a throttle crack away from a real nasty lap. Once again, we have called Junior Dragsters to the staging lanes, please. Junior Dragsters to the staging lanes, please. And age group 6 through 9 to lanes 1 and 2. Age group 10 to 12 to lanes 3 and 4. Age group 13 through 17, lanes 5, 6, 7, and 8. I know a whole bunch of you are already here. We thank you so much for that. I don't know who dropped the ball on that one. Marvin says, finally a door car. Yep, that was your buy run. So we have officially wrapped up the box eliminator, round number 1. That means we have Junior Dragsters on deck. It's Phil Green. Phil Green getting the shout out on that one as he, yeah. Phil, I feel older too. 1986, I was 10 years old. And Lori looks a whole lot better than me, so that conversation's not going to go anywhere predictable. Or no, not predictable. It's not going to go anywhere that is, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm dead. My brain cells are off. I used all of them. Yeah, you know me. I have no idea. I've lost my vocabulary. Somebody go pick it up for me. Somebody please, I got to put out a lost vocabulary. Would somebody please find it in the pit area and bring it to me? I think I used all my brain cells in round number 1 and I had none left. That's why when Jake said he wanted to take over and talk for a little while, I actually, like how many times do I say, oh sure, go ahead and talk. Yeah, I'm digging this hole further. No, wait a minute. Now you're going really extreme. You say, I am tired of talking. Stop. Yeah. Yeah, Dustin Williams, yes. Juniors are the last class for tonight. We had 105 of them on Friday's race, so I'm not sure how many are left. Who's tapping on the window? Somebody. All right, so we have Junior Dragsters to complete Saturday's round 1 action. We're waiting on Junior Dragsters to get the official call for round 1 action. Once again, we have called all Junior Dragsters to the lanes, and I hear them fired up. I see Allison Holdaway. I see the McMaster kids. Oh yeah. Tyler, check in by radio, please. Tyler, check in by radio. Mopar man. Yeah, look at this. Mopar Man says 10 in 1986. I graduated high school in 1976. Okay, Mopar, I will not do the math. I was always taught by my parents to be respectful. And Lori just throwing her mom right under the bus. Right under. And I'm sure, you see, here's why. Your mom is not watching Motor Mania TV.
She's not.
No, that's the only reason you get away with that. I'll tell you what, when you decide that you want to tell that to your mom in person, I want to see the slap. I will, you know what? You live close enough that I'll hear the slap.
Probably.
Lori lives only about 3 miles away from me in Gainesville, Florida. I don't know if that's too close or not. Oh, actually, you know what's funny? Well, wait a minute. I'm getting way off track. We got juniors on the starting line here. I'm sorry. Gary Smith, thank you so much for checking in. It was great talking with you. Have a good rest of your night. Somebody else graduated 76 also. Hey, I love 60s muscle cars and 70s muscle cars. I think I was just born too late. But it's okay. I get to enjoy them now. I am so thankful. My dad was a Pontiac salesman for a long time and got me into drag racing at an early age, and I was addicted into it, and I couldn't pull away if I wanted to. Sam Willis and Kyle Mockney starting off here. Kyle Mockney out of Venice, Florida, dialed in at 1390, and Kyle Mockney will play tomorrow morning. She is 028 on the tree, and Sam Willis lights it up 126 red. Kyle Mockney looking for 1390 and gets a 1393 with an 8. That is a good pass, and Danielle Mockney. Mom did her job right there, got her staged right. Am I right? Danielle, good job. She probably can't hear me, though. Oh, never mind. We got the next Mockney coming here. Yep, this is Tanner Mockney, the older brother of Kylie, and Mike Mockney in charge of this one. Brody Snyder occupying the opposite side of the racetrack. Vero Beach, Florida-based dragster dialed in at 1198 and will get a small head start from Tanner Mockney as his dad, Mike, setting him up there on the starting line as he brings him in. His 2006 junior dragster that he just got last year. The fist pump going on there, and Mike giving him some words of encouragement. All right, Tanner Mockney and Brody Snyder now all staged up and ready to rock and roll. The tree is on its way, and oh, baby, somebody was 001. Got to sit here a few seconds and wait and see if that win light turns on. Yes, it does. 001 for Brody Snyder and goes a couple tenths above and takes 1,400 of stride. Tanner Mockney behind on the Christmas tree and 2 tenths above. No good. Couple more junior parents that I know run the big cars and watching their kids come up here. Lincoln McMaster on the left-hand side of the racetrack, and McMaster Lawn and Pest Services, a big supporter of the New Year's Nationals. Thank you so much to them that have come out and been a part of this. And Blake Jones, Orange Park, Florida, 2015 Mike Boss chassis, and his dad, Flying Brian, standing out there doing the traffic duties. Corey Teaser, do your best Alan Reinhardt voice. I don't know. I'm not sure if I could do my Alan Reinhardt voice. The only thing I know about Alan Reinhardt is the Alan Reinhardt trifecta. Leave second, arrive second, and break out. That is the Alan Reinhardt trifecta, which means you let go on the starting line second, worst reaction time. You get to the finish line second, and then break out. That's the trifecta. And I'm thankful that Lee Sebring has joined us again. Red light is on for Blake Jones by a little bit. Lincoln McMaster will play in round number 2 with no buyback thanks to a 0.84 reaction time and breaks it out by a bunch. Like a whole bunch. Blake Jones might visit the buyback window, and they'll think about it a little bit. So once again, the one and only Lee Sebring is here to get us through the junior dragsters as only he can, so I will wisely step aside and let him jump in here. All right, so Lee Sebring once again, ladies and gentlemen, to call the rest of the junior dragster action.
Thank you, Derek. That's right. Time to rock and roll here. Kaden McLean, Holdaway. Coming out of Edinburgh, Florida. Strickland chassis, 1210. Get against Victoria Beener. LaBelle, Florida, going to be 1190 on the left-hand side. Once again, junior dragster round number 1. This will be the final category down the track tonight. All right, here we go. Ready? Running first round, 10:43 at night. Beautiful weather out there. It's actually not that dampy. Dennis, what's going on? What's going on, MotorManiaTV.com? What's going on, Motor Maniacs? Gasper Body and Paint. Had to wait on my ride for the tower there. I can only step so much in a weekend. I think I'm at 40 or 50,000 steps. Mopar Man, what's up? Gita in La Casa. Oh, man. Gita goes red by 25,000. It's right there. Victoria Beener is a little on the late side, but it doesn't matter. She turns on the wind light. Looking for 1190, goes 1206 at 54 mile an hour. Keaton goes 1251 at 50 mile an hour. 25 red. Corey Tester, what's going on, man? Artister, what's going on? Cruz Williams coming on Arundel, Maine. Vanishing point, vanishing chassis 1440. Easton Hodge, my little buddy, coming out of Spencer, Indiana. 1290, going to be the right hand side. Let's see if he can lay it down right here. So there you go, 1260 on the right-hand side. Had the dial-in wrong. Jake looked up like a wise dad out there and said, hey, dial-in was not correct. Here we go. Once again, great to have everybody watching over just about 1100. Right there on MotorManiaTV.com. Hopefully you're enjoying the junior dragster announcing here. Trying to make it a little entertaining for the young guns. Here we go. Easton getting ready to put it in the beams. Green. Oh, man. Easton Hodge went for it and was 10th on the red side. Cruz Williams is going to cruise his way to the next round. 1447 to 42 as Easton Hodge goes 1280 at 40 and fouled away by 10. Corbin Walker coming on left-hand side, Denham Springs, Louisiana, 899, getting against Lane Morgan, my little band from North Carolina. 21 Mike Boss chassis, 899. What a great family out there. Right-hand side, that always gets pumped up when the little man wins. Dustin Williams, I definitely had that. That was actually slightly after my time, or right at the end of my junior drag racing career, when they used to have that chassis that bent up in the middle. Never really was successful in juniors or a big car. Top 10 charge, give it to Wayne Morgan. 0.57 reaction time out there, all over the brakes. 9:09 and 67 mile an hour for the victory. Walker was a little bit late and goes way off. Dexter Gomez, Amherst, Ohio, down at a 9:42, good against Natalie Kirk. Kermit, West Virginia, down to 8:94 here on the right-hand side. That's right. This is the youth of drag racing, man. One of these young gentlemen or young ladies will eventually be one of the best bracket racers out there. You never know. Or maybe even top fuel or funny car. Pro stock, pro mod, one of my favorite categories. Or maybe they'll even move into the radial side of things, right? Radio versus the world. Or maybe some Pro 275 action. You never know. Oh, man, Natalie Kirk goes red by 27 thou. Dexter Gomez was 009 green. What a great reaction time for Dexter. The little man going to go 9:47 there, 5 over. That's a 64 total package. Kirk was dead 3, but 27 red. Jeriana Pollard, the young lady coming out of Cocoa, Florida there on the left-hand side. Auto golf cart sales on board, $8.99 to dial in. And Dylan coming out of right-hand side, the Northport, Florida, $8.90. Dustin Williams, my dragster's a hardtail. I hear you, man. My old junior dragster was pretty much a hardtail, so that means I felt everything. And my teeth rattled out of my brain. So once again, big appreciation on the junior dragsters on the property. I know for Friday's race we had 105. We'll see how many we have through the first round here, but still, great showing for the kids. Winning lanes 5 and 6. Load up, please. 5 and 6. Load up. All right, so a little close to the tree here. We're going to see what happens. 27,000 separation. Top end going to be Pollard. There you go. She's on it this time. 9:03 at 66 mile an hour for the victory right there. Dylan was late at the tree. Goes 9:11 at 70 mile an hour. Pollard going to move on to round number 2. Jalen Bryce coming out of Jefferson, Alabama. 9:09 against Kane Kern. Pierre Part, Louisiana. 8:90 going to be right-hand side. Once again, juniors, don't forget to turn your light on in the back there. So once again, junior dragsters, if you're running tonight, make sure to turn that light on. Thank you. Just don't want you to forget. I know it's late. So pre-stage on both sides of the racetrack right here. Alabama against Louisiana. Both drivers not bad. They're about 10,000 separation. Top end charge, gonna give it to Kern. 0.60 reaction time, a 10th over for the victory right there. Price was 0.70 reaction time. 10th and a half over is no good. Kern takes it by 31 thou. Dangerous Dylan Carr, going to be right-hand side. Bradenton, Florida, 10.93 going against Eli Wiggins. Elevation, Kentucky, going to be left-hand side. Down to 8.90. 2-second head start. Go to Dylan Carr. Here we go, pre-stage on both sides of the racetrack here. Eli's in, here comes Dylan. Dangerous Dylan. Taking his time.